What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode on the Toxic Dome. This is Aqua right here, and today we're gonna be talking about vegan games. Of course, the guy is a vegan who stands up for animal rights and that wants to show the world that eating healthy can improve a lot of things in your body, blah 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 blah, all that stuff that veganism stands for. However, some people on YouTube have complained for a while that vegan gains is just too extreme in his beliefs and all that. And it's not for nothing, as vegan gains have made videos before where he takes a little of a violent approach to the situation.
So, do I hate fat people? And then I left a comment saying that I want to punch her in the face, and a few people thought that was inappropriate and told me I'm a hypocrite for being vegan and supporting violence against people. I fucking hate children. They literally make me sick. When I see babies in a commercial, I start to gag and almost throw up, and I have to look away and mute it. And when I see babies in a stroller, especially when they're crying, I just want to put my foot through the fucking thing and step on it until it's nothing but blood and pulp on the fucking pavement!
Let me stop it right there for just a moment. I understand his cause against people who eat meat, but I do not understand his hate towards babies. If there's someone you should like, it's babies if you think about it, because you can show them from an early age to eat vegetables and all that stuff. Like, that's something that a vegan should consider, just educating kids since they're little to be vegans. Of course, I don't see the reason why you would hate them, because if they happen to be eating meat, it's not being fed through them because they want to eat meat. It's just because the parents or whoever is in charge of them feeding them that.
I think it's perfectly fine to commit murder as long as your victim died quickly, painlessly, and had a great life before you killed them. And it's actually a lot easier to humanely kill humans, since pretty much every human being is free range. You don't see too many people locked up in cages like these animals we eat. You know, people can do pretty much whatever they want, whenever they want. They can go for a walk in the park or go see a movie. So it's really easy for me to pick out human victims. And I actually like to just go that extra mile and make sure I'm doing things especially ethically and humanely. I like to pick out people who have, great lives, who just love living and would hate to die. People with big, loving families, maybe a wife, husband, kids who would be absolutely devastated if they died. And if they have a job that they love and a great growing career and just, so much great things to look forward to and a great life ahead of them, then I single out those people, wait for a perfect opportunity when they're all alone, and I just walk up behind them and just bash them over the head with a steel baton. They didn't even know it's coming. They're out cold instantly, so it's perfectly humane. And just to make sure, I just bash their head in with my baton a few more times, just to make sure they don't wake up and that they're not experiencing any pain because, I just gave them severe brain damage. Then I just drag them off to a safe location, hang them upside down, cut open their throat, and just make sure their blood spills into a big jar, and then I cut them up into little pieces and keep them in my freezer. And I think it's actually more humane to go after children because there's just so much for them to look forward to, There's so many great opportunities that you can just take away from them. Yeah, I think humane, cruelty-free slaughter is great. I support it, and I hope all of you live, great, fulfilling lives because, someone like me just might come around and take it away from you.
And yet it's true, people have the reasons to call you a serial killer, sociopath, and all the things that they have called you just because of that thing you just did right there. If you want to take that message, and I understand the satire and the dark humor on the message, but if you want to do that message, then what's up with the creepy background and the creepy music and the creepy stands at the end? there's ways of doing things and there's ways of doing things, you know. And I've been watching your videos, and I want to congratulate you that you have gotten softer with time. You have stopped doing all these creepy things that you used to do, which is good. Your channel has grown a little bit more because you started to lose subscribers at some point because of all this. And I think that's really great that you have actually just stopped creeping people out, because with all honesty, you lose all credibility when not only you take a point to the extreme, but you make it seem like a personal thing, like it's more personal than it actually is. And I understand the cause, I understand everything like that, but there's ways on doing things that are gonna get people to listen to you, and some other ways that if you take it a little bit too far, people are just gonna stop listening to you, no matter how smart you sound and how many facts you put in their faces and how much truth you have on your word. A lot of people are just gonna stop being interested on all that you have to say because you lose a lot of credibility just by your actions. But this is not the most extreme part about Vegan Gains. The most extreme part is some time ago, his grandfather died, and he actually tried to exploit that by recording his grandfather having an attack, a heart attack, and then trying to upload it on YouTube to serve to his advantage, to his YouTube channel's advantage.
So if you've been following me on Facebook, and if you've seen my last Q&A video, you'd know that my grandfather recently died of a heart attack. And I just got back from the funeral thing that we had. It wasn't exactly a funeral, but a bunch of family got together and I was dragged to it.
What do you mean you were dragged to it? Dude, have some respect and compassion for your grandfather. It was your grandfather, not the kid on the corner of the street.
But anyway, I was planning on showing you guys footage of my grandfather actually having the heart attack. As soon as the paramedics got to the house, I took out my camera and started filming.
Yeah, I didn't want it to think that you're a psycho, but this makes me think you're a fucking psycho. Dude, if you want to make a point, with the simple story was enough. You don't have to bring videos and all that shit to prove the point. You don't have to record him dying. We all know that people die. What the fuck?
But, a bunch of people in my family, my mom, my grandmother, uncles, shit like that, they threw a big fucking fit about me showing that footage on YouTube. They're perfectly fucking fine with eating foods that cause fucking heart disease and make people actually die of fucking heart attacks. But when it comes to actually showing people what happens when they eat these foods, that's just too much. So
Yes, we all know that the kind of foods we eat affect a lot on our health. That's true. I will give you that. But your extreme point does not allows room for other stuff that do contribute to heart attacks, cancer, and all that. Dude, there's a lot of other factors that come to play when it comes to at least to a heart attack. There's a lot of other things. Like, I will eat a burger today. It doesn't mean I'll have a heart attack like 2 hours later. Doesn't necessarily mean if I actually do have the heart attack that I had it because of the burger.
well, my grandfather is really into, like, RC planes, helicopters, things like that, and he was really interested in seeing the drone I just bought, the DJI Phantom 3. So we went over to the park right down the street, and we headed down to the ravine to launch the drone from. And there's a bit of a hill going down. So we flew the drone, you know, he thought it was really cool and everything. We had to walk back up the hill, and he was really struggling, and it's not really that big of a hill, and it's not that hard to climb, and even an 82-year-old should be able to get up just fine.
What the fuck? First of all, not every 82-year-old has the same health condition. Like, you're not fucking 82 either to be talking about, oh, an 82-year-old should have gone up the hill. Like, dude, you're not fucking 82. You're 24. You're fit. You're a fucking bodybuilder with a vegan diet, and you exercise pretty much every day. What is wrong with you? Where's your logic?
But he had to stop like every 10-20 feet, and he was huffing and puffing, and I looked at him and I said, you know, you have a really shitty diet and you need to, you know, clean your diet up and start exercising. And then he said, oh, it's bullshit, you know, I'm just not 24 anymore, that's why I'm having such a hard time climbing up this hill.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm done with this. I'm done with this video. I swear to God, I can't do this anymore. Like, dude, why didn't you fucking help your grandfather? Like, throw an arm to it. Like, just help him go up the hill. Maybe he wouldn't have died. Like, I'm starting to think that you took him there on purpose, dude. Like, you wanted something to happen to him. Like, you were waiting for that moment to take advantage of it. See, this video was totally fine. I tried to do something different, but no, no. Like, dude, you had your grandfather. You shared time with him. I didn't met any of my grandparents, and the only one I met died when I was 5, and I still show some compassion for their death. And I didn't even know them. What is wrong with you? You need help. Honestly, you need help. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the end of the video. Please give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you think of the video. Subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Give any suggestions if you have any, besides the obvious ones. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.
And if any of you are violent vegans, why don't you like this video and leave a comment about how you would kill somebody if they're fucking cruel to animals. So don't get on my bad side, make some vegan gains, and be nice to animals or I'll kill you.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow.